Welcome to the deep dive. Our mission, as always, is really about cutting through all that noise, giving you clear, actionable insights, no information overload here. Today, we're taking a really focused look, a deep dive into the single-family housing market in Granite Bay, California. We've distilled the latest market data, trying to bring you a truly informed perspective. So let's just jump right in. When we talk Granite Bay, what's the headline story on price trends right now and stability? Are things still wild or?
Yeah, it's definitely shifted. The median sale price for single-family homes, it's sitting in the mid $1.2 to $1.3 million range. And the typical home value is hovering around, say, $1.14 million.
Okay.
We've seen just a slight year-over-year increase, only about 0.7% as of mid-2025.
Wow, 0.7%.
Exactly. And that small number, it really signals a clear plateau. We're transitioning to a much more stable, kind of balanced market now.
Interesting. So stable, balanced, does that mean it favors buyers or sellers more?
Well, it still slightly favors sellers. The Altos Market Action Index is around 39 to 40.
Okay, and what does that index mean, just for context?
Right. So anything above 30 suggests a seller's market. But, the closer it gets to 50, the more balanced it is. So 39, 40. Sellers have an edge, yeah, but buyers are definitely more price sensitive now.
Makes sense.
Homes are generally selling right at, or maybe just below, the asking price. That sale-to-list ratio is about 99 to 100%.
So no more crazy bidding wars everywhere.
Much less common, yes. And importantly, about 36% of listings have actually had price reductions.
36%.
Yeah, it really underscores that, realistic pricing from sellers. It's absolutely key in this kind of environment. And looking ahead, say, to late 2025, local experts, they anticipate things staying pretty flat, maybe even a slight downward movement, like 1 to 3% declines.
Okay, so a gentle correction, not some big crash.
Exactly. It's gentle. Home values are still high, and they're, relatively stable overall.
That stability sounds like a pretty big shift from the last few years. Okay, but beyond just the price tags, what's happening with, the sheer number of homes available, the inventory, and how fast are they actually selling?
Right. Good question. Inventory is definitely climbing back up from those pandemic lows. Across Placer County, active listings were up, get this, 35% year over year back in May 2025.
35%, okay.
And specifically for Granite Bay, we're seeing somewhere between, say, 85 and 100 homes on the market right now.
And what does that translate to in terms of supply?
That works out to roughly 4 to 5 months of supply. And that figure, it's a really strong indicator of a balanced market.
Yeah.
Where neither buyers nor sellers have a huge advantage.
So balanced supply, are homes sitting longer then?
They are, yeah. Homes are taking longer to sell now. The median days on market, the DOM, it's now around 35 to 40 days.
Okay, 35, 40 days median.
Right. Now, don't get me wrong, those really desirable, well-priced homes, they can still go pending pretty fast, maybe around 12 days. But the overall sales cycle, it has noticeably lengthened.
So what does that mean for you if you're looking to buy?
It means you, as a buyer, you got more choices now. And a better opportunity to be selective. Especially look at properties that have maybe been sitting for over 30 days.
Right.
Patience and, savvy negotiation. Those are definitely your new superpowers here.
Okay, so buyers have a bit more breathing room, maybe some leverage. Who exactly are these buyers looking in Granite Bay? And for people thinking maybe investment, not just a home, what's the potential there?
Yeah, Granite Bay tends to attract a pretty affluent, family-oriented demographic. The median household income is up there, around $190,000.
Wow, okay.
So you see a lot of established professionals, business owners, retirees, and also a good number of kind of wealthy, out-of-area buyers, maybe from the Bay Area.
Yeah.
They're really drawn to that sort of resort-style living,
Yeah.
Large custom homes, privacy, and, of course, all the recreation around Folsom Lake.
Right, the lake lifestyle.
Exactly. Now, from an investment angle, Granite Bay offers pretty strong long-term appreciation potential. Some forecasts are predicting around 12.7% over 10 years.
12% over 10 years. Interesting. Why so strong long term?
Well, it's largely because there's limited land left to build on, and it's pretty much built out already. That makes it what we sometimes call a blue chip asset.
Blue chip, okay.
Like reliable. Right. So if you're looking for a quick flip, Granite Bay probably isn't your spot. But for a long-term hold, maybe thinking generational wealth, its scarcity and that consistent appeal make it incredibly resilient.
But what about rental income? cash flow.
Ah, yeah, that's the flip side. Rental yields are pretty modest. You're typically looking at maybe $3,000 to $3,200 a month, which, given the high purchase prices, results in a low gross yield. So it's less ideal if you're purely focused on cash flow.
Gotcha.
Now, there are opportunities, for high-end flips or building custom homes. Those new builds can go for $2–3 million plus. But a really crucial consideration for investors, you have to factor in the significant holding costs, particularly the very high wildfire insurance premiums you find in this wooded area. That's a big one.
That's a huge factor, absolutely. Okay, moving beyond the numbers. Yep. Let's talk lifestyle.
Yeah.
What really stands out to you as the big draws for families? Especially, schools and amenities.
Oh, the schools.
Yeah.
They're absolutely Granite Bay's crown jewel. Really a major, major draw.
I hear that a lot.
You've got the Eureka Union School District. It gets an A rating from NISH. And then Granite Bay High School, that's an A+ from NISH, ranked in the top, 10% nationally.
It's your top 10% nationally.
It's top-tier public education that genuinely rivals private schools. Big deal for families.
Definitely. And amenities.
Also exceptional. Really supports that active, sort of upscale lifestyle. Folsom Lake is right there, forms the eastern border. So tons of boating, hiking, recreation. And the community itself is really well-kept parks, plus the private Granite Bay Golf Club. And while it keeps this kind of quiet residential charm, with essential local shopping,
Right.
all the extensive retail and dining options, they're just 10–15 minutes away in Roseville. Easy drive. Plus, bonus, very low crime rates.
Sounds pretty idyllic. Okay, let's zoom out just a bit. How does Granite Bay really stack up against its neighbors like Roseville, Rockland, Folsom? What's the core difference if you're a buyer or an investor looking in that region?
Yeah, Granite Bay really does distinguish itself as the luxury enclave of the area. Its typical home value, that $1.14 million mark, it's nearly double Roseville's and significantly higher than Rockland or Folsom.
Double Roseville's, okay.
And generally, those neighboring areas see faster sales, homes move quicker. Each city kind of has its own unique flavor, right?
Makes sense.
Granite Bay offers that sort of rural luxury feel and exclusivity. Roseville and Rockland, they provide broader suburban convenience, lots of new growth still happening there. And Folsom, well, that's an upscale city in its own right. Strong tech economy there, too.
So it really depends what you're looking for.
Exactly. The choice for you as a buyer or investor, it often boils down to budget, your lifestyle preference, and maybe your investment horizon. Granite Bay is really for that long-term equity and exclusivity, while the neighboring cities might offer more volume, maybe easier entry points.
That really clarifies the landscape. Okay, that wraps up our deep dive into the Granite Bay housing market for today. And thinking about all this, it brings up an important question for you, our listener.
Yeah, it does. In a market like Granite Bay, which is stable, high value, how does your focus maybe shift? Shift away from expecting just rapid appreciation and more towards appreciating the enduring value of the lifestyle, the exclusivity, thinking about long-term equity and security.
It's something to definitely think about. We hope this deep dive helps you feel more informed, more confident. If you're looking for more insights or maybe some personalized guidance on the local real estate market, be sure to subscribe or follow the deep dive wherever you get your podcasts. And of course, you can always visit wrspg.com. That's wrspg.com, or just call 916-619-9971 to connect with one of our local agents. We'd love to hear from you too. Any questions or ideas for future deep dives, just reach out. Thanks for listening.